Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan Fahl. I'm the Managing Director of the Rockstar Group. Some of you might know us, of course, through the mentoring that we've done, 8,000 companies over the years, and helped them achieve financial goals and targets. But of course, we also help our clients raise investment for their own businesses, and of course, we raise investment for our own projects. So today, I'm joined with my fellow director, Nuno Barroso. How are you, mate?
Good, John. Good to see you.
Yes, you too. And I can't say thanks for coming into the hub, because here you are all the time. We're in the Rockstar Hub, and we're talking today about our new opportunity in the mining sector. It's a disruptive technology within the mining sector, and I'll now pass on to Nuno to give you more of an overview of the opportunity.
Yeah, sure, John. Thank you for that. Yeah, the great opportunity that we have as Rockstar today is, and that we're focusing on, is a disruptive technology to do with the mining industry, specifically to be able to allocate and source resources both on land and offshore under the ocean. This technology is an analytical tool using satellite data to produce 3D maps of resources. So to give the investors and viewers a bit of an idea of that the service up until today has been really about providing the service of producing those maps. And our opportunity that we have with Rockstar is a national and global rollout of that technology, whereby we'll actually get equity in the projects that we're working with and that we're sourcing. So that's the real opportunity for us with that technology.
That's brilliant, because obviously back in the Goldman days in Australia, the resources sector was one of, and still is, a very large thing. And knowing about BHP, Rio, etc., when they acquire land in which they believe has that much copper, gold, platinum, whatever on it, it's all about drilling these different samples around and taking an estimate as to what they hope and think will be there. So what you're saying is this leverages off satellite technology. It pulls that data and is then able to create 3D actual maps telling that mining company exactly what is in the ground and to the level of quantity that's at.
Yeah, at an accurate level, absolutely. And the real problem that it solves is that, apart from the process that you described, is that it's able to do it in a very short period of time. And when we're talking weeks, less than a month, 30 days, that we're able to produce a map. And the type of resources that we're talking about is water, minerals, metals, gold, such as gold and silver. We're talking about oil and gas in the energy sector, and it's able to within reasonable accuracy predict not only where it is in terms of a location, but also the quantity, and quantify that. The problem it solves is not only the time, but also the amount of capital that these operations and the process you very briefly mentioned often takes years, and for the companies to constantly go back to markets to raise funds. Our technology, very low cost and very quick in terms of delivery. And what that's going to allow us to do is to be able to create joint ventures with existing concession owners and those resources that we've already identified with the existing library that we have, that we'll be able to actually go out and get concessions over those resources that will be owned by the company that we're selling now, and looking at raising money in selling shares in. So a very exciting opportunity for our partners, our global partners.
Absolutely. And what's really interesting about this is that this isn't a startup, this isn't an idea. The company itself has been producing these maps for a fee, and they've sold millions of pounds of these maps for over a number of years to different companies. But when we obviously looked at this opportunity, we thought there's a lot more upside, rather than say, there's your map, please pay me my fee, to say, there's the map, it hasn't cost us really anything to actually produce it for you. You think it's this amount in the ground, we know it's this amount in the ground, therefore, rather than paying us a fee, we would like a percentage of equity in the results of the upside.
That's right, John. And in particular, the great benefit to the existing concession holders is the time and the capital benefits, so that they get the results straight away. It's accurate, and they don't have to go back to capital markets to raise more funds to try to do more exploration, and potentially a lot of lost money in, as they say, good money after bad, because in the end they're also investing a lot of money and in many cases not finding anything. Whereas we can very quickly at least establish whether something is there, and if there is there, what, how big it is. So that's some great points about the technology and the opportunity.
And the opportunity for our investors, obviously, we're looking to raise a little bit of money here to help, obviously, with the expansion and with everything we're doing.
The setup of the structure. That's right.
Exactly right. Fantastic. So a very good opportunity for investors. So Nuno, you mentioned earlier, obviously, the company's already out there. They're already selling maps to a number of different organisations. Who are some of the companies that they've been selling these maps to already?
Yeah, John. So it's very exciting that they have done a large number of transactions, and they've turned over over $10 million in selling maps to date. But one of the most exciting ones that they've done, apart from smaller companies, and there's of course the larger companies, publicly listed companies, but also they've done a lot of blind tests, especially for oil and gas companies. And what that means is that the companies know what's there, whether there is something there or not, and have asked the technology to actually provide a map so that they know whether how accurate it is. And one of the really exciting ones that just happened recently over the last weeks is a government, one of their first governments that they've worked for. They've actually proven twice and found water, and it's one of the largest water companies in the world that they've now been able to do 2 tests and shown the mapping for those, and also then drilled and found the water. So which was to the surprise of the company, which is one of the most sophisticated water companies in the world, and they've been able to do that. So it's a fantastic reference. It's going to be a fantastic reference for us to build upon, apart from as well as the fantastic work that they've done with some of the charities, water charities around the world, to assist communities, especially in Africa. I believe that with finding water for villages and things, that they've done pro bono. So they've done those as well.
What other documents do we have here that they can click on now and get a feel for more about the team, the technology, and our plans for growing it?
Yeah, that's right, John. So below they'll also see all of the documents that they're going to need in order to make an investment decision, and by being in touch with us, we'll also provide a whole lot of other documentation as required, but it'll be all related to the company that they're investing in, and also the technology, and also our plans and what we plan to do and to roll out, and in particular how our strategy as far as joint ventures with those existing concession holders will work, so that and how we plan to roll that out. So that'll be available for investors.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. Well, as always, my friend, thank you for your time.
You too.
And of course, please look at the information below, and we look forward to welcoming you to the investment panel soon. Cheers.
Thank you.